Good morning. Today is April the 4th. It is Saturday. Kind of a breezy day in the high 40s. And our goal today, we're going to explore the southeastern side of the local vigilance area today. We've been through here probably about a month, maybe 5 weeks ago. It's been a while. The back ridge is, for all intent and purpose, as far as we can tell, quiet. So we're going to try our luck down here, check for sign, and see where that goes. Beyond that, the situation in Vermont is with the COVID situation up there. They are aggressively asking folks not to come up there from out of state, so I am going to respect that. That is in effect as of last I was aware till the 15th of April. I wasn't probably planning to go up there until like the last week or the first week of May anyway, but we'll have to see how that plays out. Anyway, we're going to get moving. We're going to head in here and see what luck we have here. But that's what's going on for the foreseeable future. Thanks. Okay, so we're making our way down. There's a wetland down the hill here. And we're making our way down there. Have a look for sign. We probably have to jump a stream I hear in the future. It's over the next, not this next bend, but the next one. In my expert navigation skills, I have gotten myself into the middle of a boulder field, so this is not ideal, but working our way down. Actually, that's probably easier. So, yeah, again, the blue on the trees, if anyone is obviously seeing that, is they intend to do a timber harvest in here at some point. And I guess those are the marked, god damn it, trees that are going to get hit. Hopefully not too rambunctious. Okay, you're not going in the right area because you're in all this undergrowth crap. I'm like going hill over dale, and that's not really what I wanted. I want to go down there. And I'm just going to go straight through this because I'm sick of the boulder field. Rather than grumble about it, let's get out of it. There's the stream. But, so, the wetland is right down here. A little more open, that's better. So last week, let's address this first. On my last video, I made a comment pointing sort of at Steve Kulls, and he had outed a person who I guess was or is a child predator, and rightly so. But I asked the question. There's a couple of other folks that are supposedly legitimate researchers, whatever that means, in the community that have some felonies under their belt too. So why do they get a pass when this guy got served up? Not that he shouldn't have, but I got a negative comment from I won't mention her name. I'll keep names out of it. But she accused me essentially of attacking Steve, and that was not the intent. Just to clarify some things, she got ahead of herself on that. I was asking Steve a very simple and, in my opinion, a very fair question as to why one person would get a pass and the other one wouldn't. Bear with me. Trying to multitask here. Why would one person get a pass and the other one wouldn't? Because the charges in the other individual, and again, I'm not going to drag names into this per se, but yeah, it's looking as wet as I thought. I was kind of seeing if I could do a drone launch in here. I might be able to on the other side. but it rained most of yesterday, so it would only stand to reason that the stream and the resulting wetlands are going to soak up a lot of that and still be kind of soggy. So we're going to move forward generally in this direction and kind of loop around the pond. And when there has been activity in here, this is one of the more successful places to check. So that's our hope. If patterns hold, although it's probably been mild up further north too, not that I've been able to get up there, but if they were, then we would it's probably been mild up there too, so the conditions for having our friends come south are not necessarily ideal. So they may still be up there. But we are going to check nonetheless because it's what we have to work with right now. And like I said, they're aggressively asking folks not to come up at this point, so I'll respect that. All right, I am going to take a very brief, actually we're at the edge of the wetland right now. We're going to head over to the back side of it over there in that line of pine trees over there, and then head, that looks like north, it's actually south though, and kind of like southwest, and pop out on the far side of that, the pond over there, and see, because as you can see down here, it's a little wet in here. In fact, let's take a closer look. Signs of beaver activity. The tree was chewed off in a beaver-like style. Yeah, you're not going to walk. You're going to walk right up and get right into the water line pretty quick. Anyway, back to my comment section. She accused me of attacking Steve, and that was not the intent. I asked a fair question. Because the person who I'm referring to, and I'm not going to get into a big thing just because, but you're talking about multiple felonies over a number of years. And involvement in a couple of hoaxes as well. So, how is this individual legitimate when the fact of the matter is this other guy posted a picture on Facebook of what's likely a bear up to his window. The nose to me looks like a bear. But to touch upon the greater subject that this person suggests, I'm not attacking somebody, but what she needs to realize is there is no one, myself included, in the community who's above being questioned. That's just not how that works. And she kind of probably needs to get over that. Nobody is immune to questions. Steve is a credible guy. Steve has good intentions. Steve also got involved in some stuff in 2008 too that he probably regrets at this point. He wrote a book about it. But he learned from it. So to make this person happy and to praise Steve, Steve did not get all flustered and go down a self-destructive path. He wrote a book about it and he learned from it. That is a commendable thing to do. So I'm not attacking him. And again, he's a friend of mine, but we do on occasion disagree on things, and that's just shit happens. Huh? That's just a matter of shit happens. He is one of the few people in the community, though, to give him praise, who can agree to disagree and not be a little bitch about it, if I'm being blunt, and turn it into a matter of blood feud or a big, long, drawn-out argument because we had a disagreement. We disagree, we agree to disagree, we move on with our day. So I'm going to give you a quick pan, and then I'm going to take a short break to have a look out into the wetland here, and we'll be back in a second. Okay, so we're back. We crossed the stream. I apologize for that hucking noise. My allergies are going pretty good today. So, yeah, the point that I'll make once and then I'll move on to other things. Nobody in the community is above question. Nobody. Not me, not Steve, not Meldrum, not some 2-bit person making claims on Facebook. If you make claims, you should expect to have questions asked. It's just, that's how that works. Nobody's infallible. And for all the people that decry the skeptics, there's a barred owl off in the distance. Who cooks for you? Or who. For the people that decry the skeptics and the debunkers, like it or not, they're part of the ecosystem that is this subject, and they are a healthy part of it because they keep the bullshit in check. And unfortunately, this subject has no shortage of bullshit. So you're always going to have those folks that believe everything, and good luck with that. But that was not down before. Looks like that happened. It looks like it's old, but I don't remember that being there. Anyway, I just came in at a different angle. But yeah, they're part of the system too, and there's no shortage of BS. So, you know, kind of. No, that came down from that big root ball right there. That was definitely not here before. So, Linda, whoops, not Linda, I hope I didn't offend you, but anyone can be questioned. And what I asked Steve is a fair question. If he doesn't see the video or he doesn't respond, completely his option. But there's a lovely root ball's underside. Rocks galore. No evil monsters lurking, that's always good. But you know, I'm not one to put anyone in the community on a pedestal. Like I said, he's a friend, and I appreciate your comment, but people can agree to disagree. And he may disagree on that with me, but that's only a discussion to be had if he chooses to have it. So, this stream's a little more stagnant. I'm probably going to have to cross another one too to get where I'm heading. If you even call this a stream, it's a glorified trickle more than anything else, but making it muddy enough. So, other than that, what's going on in the Bigfoot community this week? Like I said last week, things are slower due to stay-at-home orders and the like. And that might be keeping some people indoors. But if I can avoid the lovely, if I can stop tripping on damn sticks and things, if I can avoid the virus, I am going to do a night op in this area, perhaps, in the next couple of weeks. Of course, we need to have evidence of activity. Right now, it's pretty quiet other than songbirds and the like, which is usually an indicator that they are not around. Normally, let's actually listen in for a minute. It's kind of quiet, unless I'm hearing birds. No, they're there. I hear some peepers off in the distance too. But the deadpan silence is what you listen for, actually. Here's the other stream I need to cross. That's when you perk up and wonder what, because that's normally when you'll start to hear wood knocks and the like. And there are those that give credence to wood knocks, there are those that don't. They are undoubtedly a thing. It's just a matter of what is causing them that is the nature of the thing. But they they do occur. That being said, Moneymaker is apparently the one who attributed them to Bigfoot, even though no one, to my knowledge, has ever posted a picture of a large monkey-esque individual smacking a tree with a stick for any reason. So, as much as it has become commonplace Bigfoot canon and folklore, it's speculation still. If they are behind it, I would make the assertion they're not doing it for our benefit. They're doing it for the benefit of themselves, to warn them that we're in the neighborhood. Not that I'm going to sneak up on anything. Yapping into a microphone here. Someone's digging here. I was doing this. Do you have any? It's definitely warmer. The bugs are out. So we have all this. These spots, those spots, over there, and not any real telltale tracks. It could be anything, but there's something foraging through here. So, and over here too. Could be a grazing deer, could be a bear looking for grubs. It's warm enough for the bears to be out, but honestly I haven't really seen a huge amount of bear sign. So, I guess that's good or bad depending on whether you like. I kind of like bears, but running into one in the middle of nowhere is, well, it'll wake you up. It's a moment that'll wake you up. It's happened before, but I've never had an aggressive dealing with a bear. You pretty much just have to leave them alone and leave them to their business. And they're usually pretty good with that. So, we're kind of off to a corner where we started out. We were over there before. Now we're getting into this kind of stuff. Still kind of piney, but a mix of trees, some laurel in the distance. But not really going to find any tracks really in this kind of leaf litter mix on the ground. Unless you happen to find one in a muddy spot. Some would suggest that they're smart enough to avoid doing that, though. I would not discount that. They have proven to be elusive, more so than any. That's something to discuss, I guess. I don't consider them to be great apes because you have people going into the Congo in areas that are a hell of a lot more remote than this and finding new populations of chimps and billy apes and the like. And these are apes that are being found. So, as smart as they are, their curiosity towards us does them in. And they come out and they get discovered. Bigfoot does not tend to do that. So, that would lead one to believe that their level of instinctive wariness of us, if not straight up intelligence, is a little bit more. And there are those out there that'll say, or they don't exist. Well, that's fine until you see one. And at that point, the whole thing ends up having more questions for you than answers, which is kind of where I am with the situation now. Where I am in my head with the mystery is basically, are there a lot of them? I don't know. But they are here, there, and in various places. And it's not a matter of if they're there, it's a matter of what the hell are they, and the like, and how do they do some of the things that they do. That is the larger question. More digging here, I'll show you. More foraging around the wetland here. We're going to take a look out real quick and maybe take a photo if it's scenic. Hear frogs off in the distance. You could have a whole slew of them right now looking through those small trees over there. You would never know they're there. I do believe that's the sound of frogs doing their evil, sinful business, which we'll leave them to. But actually, bear with me one second. I'm going to try to finagle a picture and not dropping my phone into the bear with me. All right. Now then, back to where we were, leaving the frogs to their dirty, sinful business. And we will be on our way, stumbling back through these pine trees and getting back to the open area out here. Trying not to get poked in the eye by that stick over my head. So, that's kind of where I am. For those that think you got structures over there, there's this. That right there. So let's keep moving. Maybe go a little further up on the hill where it's more open. You can see out a little further. But you can cover ground a little better. There's this little plateau-like thing here. But I think I've mentioned this before. Might be interesting to set up a hammock in here with kind of like this is your view. Kind of settle in like late afternoon, let the sun go down, the darkness fall, and see what wanders by. And just blend into the woodwork. With the water right there, I'd want one of my hammocks with a mosquito netting, obviously. And of course, the one that doesn't have it is also got sections that are bright red. So you're not going to hide effectively with that, but a more green or gray would blend in better. Which my Skeeter Beater or my Hennessy ASIM are. But taking a look up here. Like I said, we're on a mini plateau right now. Or a ridge line, sort of. Small one, but... And... you probably just set up a tent right on this big boulder right here. But there's the wetland down there. You can see fairly good out through the trees here as I'm going to attempt another picture. But we're gonna actually, what the hell is that? I hope I made that sound, because if not, that sounded interestingly. Probably just me though. Now we get to watch Mike have his mind take over and play tricks on him out here. But as I was saying, we're going to head down this way towards the backside of the pond here. See if we can find a launch spot to get the drone out over the wetland. Kind of do an aerial thing for a greater view. Not sure what to read on the weather though, because they said it was going to be gusty today after a whole weekend of not. I'm going to get some pictures here, so I'm going to take a short break in a second. But they said it was going to be gusty, and now it's breezy, but I wouldn't call this gusty really. So if I can find a dry spot over there, I'd like to put the drone up and kind of get an overview of all this. But let's take a break for a sec. We'll be back in a few. We're back. Kind of getting to the backside of the pond at this point. And going around the outskirts of another boulder field. I guess we left off with what are these things that we see on very rare occasion. If you want to delve into, I guess that leads into flesh and blood versus the woo, or some people call the flesh and blooders apers or whatever. As I said, I don't think they're apes. That's too simple for some of the weirdness that I have seen and witnessed. Nor do I necessarily think they're human. I think increasingly they are human-ish in their intelligence, but I think they've taken it in a different direction. Kind of like being at one out here with their surroundings. Shit. Unlike myself, as I almost slip and whack my ass on a rock. So, what they are versus what they're not, who knows? Without the body of one in a lab, we're probably never going to know. Some people probably don't want to know because they like the mystery angle of it. I get that. But, well, for you structure guys, there's a hell of a big X right there. See if I can get the damn thing to... There you go. That's what I was looking for. That right there. So let's go take a look at the water line real quick. Again. Walking by this big... I mean, your X is basically nothing more than a couple of trees that fell against each other, but... structure guys may think differently. To each their own, I suppose. But there we are, right on the water line. Which we encounter rather quickly. And I wouldn't mind getting the drone out over this, but that branch right there is going to catch it and put it in the water right there. And drones do not react well to swimming, even though the camera doesn't seem to die when it's underwater, much to my amusement. But you got the beaver lodge out there in the distance, if I can get that. Out there. I'll assume that got some of it. But I'm going to get some pictures again and I'm an idiot. That's the old one. The new one's actually right there. And I was pointing at something completely different. That's funny. Anyway, I'm going to take a break for a second, get some pictures in. We'll be back again in a second. I know I'm kind of jumping in and out here, but it is what it is. So we just had 2 thumpish noises up in the direction up on that hill. A little further back. So we're going to listen in while we make our way this way. Not thinking necessarily wood knock, but kind of like a dull thud, not really sure what it was. But we are, okay, let's get out of this damn laurel. Or just this hole. I'm not doing this very well, am I? This area is more undergrowth than the last time I was here, I remember. But damn it. That opens up a little better. It's interesting how they always clam up the thumping sounds when you put the camera back on. Make it that way you want. Could have been basically anything though. Now it's more open. I like this kind of stuff better. You can see further out. So, more digging. Right there, and right there. I didn't want that. But this kind of, when you get around through this, it kind of opens up on the back side of this, and I'm hoping where I launched from before is, I can't remember if it was because it was frozen or not, but if not, then well, for me to figure out, but I'm not going to chance a launch where we just were. You know, too many overhanging limbs that are going to ruin the takeoff or the landing. And the water's just waiting to take the drone, and I don't feel like getting wet feet today, so we're not doing that. I could definitely see where something watching up on the hill would be kind of hard to see through. It's just thick enough that they could kind of quietly parallel you and watch what you're doing and not really. There's a beaver stick. Beaver chewed one of the trees. I'll walk right through a spider web. I will never understand how spiders are masters of building a web directly at the height of your face. So when you walk into it, that's what hits it. It'll never get that. But we're getting nearer to the potential launch spot. We shall see. Alright, so unless I hear more thumping noises, I am going to take a break because I'm just kind of walking through the woods at this point. So we're going to save the battery for things that are interesting if they occur. It knocks again. Not on the hill this time, kind of ahead of me through all that. Could be gunfire. I don't think it's hunting season now, unless I'm wrong. But this is where I launched from before. And it's looking kind of sucky, I think, but we're going to take a shot. Okay, this might be doable. A little buggy, but we could probably get it up in the air. So this is where we're going to launch from. Get some pictures of this, get it up in the air, deal with the bugs. So yeah, we're going to take a break. I know I keep doing that, but let's do that.